A great week money-wise, but not a very good week on the Courier exchange though. Good morning everybody. It's the start of a new week. It's Monday the 20th of February and it's 6:10 and my week has not started well. I had a positive vibes for this week because I had a job pre-booked in. However, I've got to Trafford Park where a collection from a large kitchen company, and this was supposed to be going to Hull. I'd got a really fair price for it as well. I'd bid for this on Saturday and I thought, well, that's good price I've got for it. I'll get to Hull, I'll be there for 9ish at the latest. I've got, you know, a good portion of the day to make the rest of the money up and make an on-target day. The job's not going ahead. I've turned up at, the booking was for 6, turned up at 10 to 6, went in the place. There was only one job going out to the West Midlands with 2 drops, and that was allocated to a different shipper. In fact, I think it was City Sprint, one of their vans had just pulled in. And for me, no, nothing going ahead for that. I've rang them and they've apologised. They've given me a call-out charge, but it's not quite the same, is it? Let's hope it carries on better. Hello again everybody, it's the same day, it's a bit later on in the morning now and it's light. And you join me on a journey to Bradford. I am collecting from Bradford and I'm doing a job I've done before where I'm going to go to a distribution depot for a large retailer, collect some parcels from there, then go to their other site in Sheffield, collect some more parcels. They seal the door every time you collect, and then I'm going to drop them off in Castle Donington. Now I will confess to you, I did this job before and I did it on Saturday. I worked on Saturday, and the reason for that was I made my minimum target last week, but I wasn't quite happy and I wanted to make sure that I got some more money in. So I did some work on Saturday and it turned out to be a lucrative day Saturday. In fact, I took over £300 over 3 jobs. But what that's done, it's meant that my weekly target from last week is now at the one I want, and I'm, carrying some money over to this week as well. It's not ideal, I know, because it's Saturday, but in my own mind it's a bit slack, and at the end of the day you can only carry low numbers for so long. I'm running a business and I want this business to pay my wages. I don't want it coming out of my own money. So you do what you have to do, and I did that. Now I did this job on Saturday. It was easy peasy, and for the money I'm getting for it, I do it quite a lot. Obviously I won't, because I just go where the music takes me. But today it suits me to do it. Now, following that call out charge which I got this morning, which was very generous by the shipper, by the way, after about 30 minutes he rang me and said that the same place I picked up from had a job going to Huddersfield. Would I like to do it? Obviously I'll still be keeping the call out charge, so obviously I'm only around the corner. I went, got in, told them I'm going to Huddersfield. They loaded me up, everything was loaded, strapped down, and he just went to get my paperwork and then come out and said, I'm sorry, we've got to take it off you. The fitter's ill, he's not going to be on site, so we can't send it today. So I had to come off again, and I rang the shipper again. We had a bit of a rueful joke to me saying that don't choose the lottery numbers for him because I'm just unlucky. And I got another call out charge for the same amount, which basically meant the 2 call out charges I got equated to basically half my day's money for not a lot of fuel usage. So although it's not good having cancelled jobs, this is a good shipper who understands the fact that you're out earning the money, and I'm sure he's passing the charge on, but he's giving me a generous call. So now I've got this job which I did Saturday, pays quite well, it is really easy, and it's going to be easier today because these distribution centres are massive. And of course, I had to find the pickup points and everything on Saturday. I don't now. I know where they all are. I know where I'm going when I go in now. So this will speed the job along anyway. And I'll be finishing in Castle Donington, probably about 2 in the afternoon maybe. And hopefully pick up another job back towards me. And it'll be a very good day if that's the case. It doesn't always go to plan, I know. But fingers crossed that we're going to start the week off on a positive this week. So I'll actually be ahead of the game today. I know I'm carrying money over from last week towards this week as well, but obviously I want a good week. I want to do well. Well, we all do, don't we? But this is a business we're running. We're not in the business of doing it for no profit, are we? So anyway, I'm not going to do a vlog on every job I do. I'll just pop in and out on the odd day and let you know how we're doing as the week progresses. I hope everyone else does well. So I'll see you all in a bit. Hi everyone, it is now Tuesday afternoon. I've just finished, well I think so. I'm parked up in Oldham at the Elk Mill Retail Park, for those who know where it is, because I just nipped into Courier's to look about getting a washing machine. Son's moving in with his girlfriend this weekend. I promised him I'd buy one. And even I'm not that tight to getting one off Facebook Marketplace. So I've just been in looking, pricing them up, and I'll probably go and buy one for him this weekend. And then they'll probably have a row and he'll come back home in a month. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? But I'm going to sell his bed just in case he thinks he's going to do that. But so far, Tuesday afternoon, and I have done well this week. For a change, and bearing in mind that it's still a bit grim out there, I have got lucky. I've landed on some decent jobs. I've had some ADR work as well. And so far, so good. We are over target this week and doing okay. Now that can change any time, so I'm not going to stop pushing. And in fact, it's 3 o'clock now. If a job came up that was worth running for, I'd do it, I think, because tomorrow is actually my birthday. And maybe I might treat myself to an easier day. I don't know. I'm not overly bothered. I give up counting them years ago. But if the opportunity comes from an easy day, but to remain on target by doing better today, I'll take it. But so far this week, thumbs up, everything is going to plan. For a change, or maybe it's picking up. I don't think it is picking up all that much. I'll look at the chat groups and lots of other people are saying they're not doing very well, and someone I know has made the decision that they're going to pack it in. Which is a shame because they're a nice fella. They spent a lot of money to set themselves on the CX, but I think they've just decided it's not for them, the uncertainty and everything else. Obviously, we all know that you really can't stay on the CX. And again, you know, I'm pushing to try and get some alternative work. Again, today I've been, you know, putting a few cards out when I've been out and about, hoping to just generate a little bit of interest outside the CX, and that's what I'll keep doing. And hopefully something will come up. But anyway, so far so good this week, and we'll keep hoping it carries on like that. But a lot of it may be down to luck, so we'll see how by the end of the week how it looks. But everything else is running okay. Van's due for its MOT next month, and I've got to replace the windscreen before then. So I'm not going to go for the insurance because I just simply do not want to put any claim on the insurance. I know I'd only have to pay in excess of £80-90, but it's a pretty basic windscreen. And I think I've had a price of £280 to replace it, which I don't think is too bad. But if anyone knows anywhere else in the Northwest who can get a cheaper windscreen for a Citroen Relay, no, it's got no extras in it. It's got no heated elements. It's got no DAB aerial and anything like that. Please let me know. I'm all ears. So if you know of anyone in the Northwest, preferably Manchester area, who can do a windscreen for less than £280 fitted, let me know, and I'll be on it like a car bonnet, because I'm going to have to get it done very, very soon before the MOT. So fortunately I put money away. I don't think there's any other problems with it. I will get a full service done at the same time, but essentially I do look after the van, and I've had the 2 front tyres replaced anyway now. The 2 back ones have still got loads of tread on them. So when they have a look at it, I'll ask them to check the brakes again. But you know, when I got the tyres changed, they'd have a nosy at the pads, and they've still got loads of meat on. So either I've got excellent pads on this because I've done, you know, 45,000 miles in it since I bought it, or I'm a bit light on my brakes. I don't know, but they've lasted very well, and they're still, you know, quite meaty. Anyway, whatever happens, it'll get MOT'd, and if it needs something doing, then I'll pay for it. Anyway, we'll see how the rest of the week goes, eh? Morning. What day is it? It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday morning, 22nd of February. It's actually my birthday today, so happy birthday to me. I didn't think I'd ever get to 40, but there you go. To be honest with you, I'm dragging that well behind me. And I'm actually on my own job today. I've got a job of my own. Someone rang me to do a job, and you know, from getting the word out, and I'm doing it, and they've actually given 2 drops to do, and it's ADR work as well. However, I've arrived at the first one, and they don't open till 8, and it's just now 7:15, but I got here at 7 because it was down as ASAP. But I've rung them up, and they've said if you don't mind waiting, we'll pay some waiting time. So while I'm here, I ordered myself one of those thermal printers, and it arrived yesterday. Look at that. Only tiny, aren't they? And I've got myself this because, to give credit to JT Courier, who has his own channel, even though he blatantly ripped off my ratchetstrap.com thing, he was watching his video that gave me an idea about getting one of these, having a little printer in the van, so that, you know, if you need to print out papers or invoices or anything like that, and some jobs that you see coming to CX says, you know, must be able to print documents. I thought I'll get myself one, so I've ordered this. It's called a Perry page. It's only small, and it uses rolls of thermal paper, or I think you can feed thermal paper in, but it's come with 2 rolls anyway. I haven't got a clue how it works yet, but since I've got a bit of time, I am going to read up since I'm waiting, and once I start using it, I'll report back and see what it's like. It's about 95 quid. I've seen them for 200 and things like that, and so this will be a cheaper model, obviously. But if it does the job, it does the job. And if it's £95 rather than 200 and works okay, then it might be worth you getting one. But they don't take up much space, so I'll let you know how it goes. In the meantime, I'll carry on waiting here. Well, I've been letting the gate now. It's 10 minutes later. Still waiting for the bloke to arrive though, but they've let me in. In the meantime, I've got the printer out. I've turned it on, downloaded the app. And then, just as an experiment, you know how you can print those delivery notes out when you get the email? I thought I'll have a go. Dead easy. Look at that. Just read it out. So they don't have ink in them. I think the paper has got the ink in. But that was so easy, you won't believe it. So this is going to be well handy, I think. It's only small. It charges up. It's good for 3 hours. It was already obviously charged when I got it, and it already had paper in it. I didn't have to install a roll. So I think this is a handy bit of kit, and it's small enough just to stow in the pocket of the door or something like that. I'm well pleased with that. Oh, Amber Logistics. I've got all the kit. Well, good morning. It is Thursday morning. I think it's the 23rd of February. I'm sure it is. It's currently 10:30 in the morning. And we know what we're doing today? We're multi-dropping. We're multi-dropping for the same people who have been employing my services for the last 3 days. They have kept me busy. So I've not touched the CX now for a few days, and I'm glad in a way, because looking at the chats, it's desperate. People are moaning, the prices are too low, And I'm doing 18 drops today for them, all around the Greater Manchester area. So I'm going around Manchester, and the last drop is going to finish a mile from where I live. Now, I'm not a big fan of multi-drop, but this is not like those parcels where they're doing 80 and 90 and everything, rushing around like a blue-ass fly. This is 18 drops when I've got all day to do them. And quite frankly, it's peaceful. It's not work that I particularly enjoy, I'm not going to lie. But the rate I'm getting is absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to get this on the CX. And, you know, it'll probably equate to, I don't know, 5 hours work maybe. So I'll be finished nice and early. I didn't start till late. I didn't get in till after 9 because you have to wait till all wagons are gone. And then the vans arrive, and they do have their own liveried vans, but they've got so much work on that they've been looking for someone just like me who has an ADR license, because they do give work out on the multi-drops to non-ADR drivers, and the rate for that's quite good, but for ADR it's fantastic. But it's good. You know, we all like to exaggerate what we do, don't we? But realistically, to get this, I'd have to take an ADR load, I don't know, down to London maybe, and that's going to take me, what, 4 hours, and then I've got to come back. If I can get a back load, then I might make a bit more money than this, but this is guaranteed money. I'm not going to use an awful lot of fuel because I'm staying in the Greater Manchester area. It's just a bit stop-start, but 18, that's not bad, is it? And it'll do for now, and I'm going to see how it goes. They've got work for me tomorrow as well, so that means that this week's money will be well over target, which is fantastic at this time of year, I think, because, you know, I've been getting a little bit concerned. So may it continue, certainly for the time being anyway. Hiya, we're in the middle of multi-dropping, and we've ended up in the Trafford Centre, and I've got to deliver 8 of these boxes to the first floor of this place round here. It's just massive, this Trafford Centre. This is just 1 yard in the whole place. Couldn't find another human being, but eventually found someone who's told me that they're on the first floor. Got to use a service lift, and I've got 8 boxes. So I've managed to steal a shopping trolley, because obviously a sack truck could only probably take 1 lot at a time, you know, maybe 4 boxes. And we're going to go up now. But you got to adapt a bit on this multi-drop business. It's not all pallet to pallet around here. It's Friday morning, last day of the week, and today I am going in for my own customer, work supplier, whatever you want to call it, and I'm doing another one of those multi-drop runs. As I say, they're not masses of drops, and it's they do contain ADR products on some of the drops, so I get well paid for it. So that means that I haven't really done all that much work on the Courier exchange this week, which I think is a good thing, because quite frankly, at the moment the Courier exchange is a bit pants. The work is not as frequent. There is quite a bit of work coming up on notifications, but the price that the work is going for, in my opinion, is not enough to run a business on. It's all right as a backload price, but it's no good as your first job of the day. So unless you are co-loading or something like that, then it doesn't really pay. Well, certainly at the moment. Although last year I did all right working on the Courier exchange, but I did say that this year I was determined to get other sources of work outside it, and at the moment I've got some. It's working out okay. I'm getting well paid for these day runs. Yesterday's day run, I was a little bit optimistic when I said I'd be finishing mid-afternoon. I did my last drop at 4:30, but it was only a couple of miles from my house. So the day itself was a 7.5 hour day. But I don't know about today. And I reckon I could have got that shorter, simply because a lot of the places I went to, obviously I'd never been there before. I wasn't sure of the procedures when you went in. And some of them were delivering syrup, you know, the soft drink syrups that go in the like Coca-Cola type machines. They do come under hazardous, believe it or not. And some of the places were at cinemas, and these cinemas were inside big shopping centres like the Trafford Centre, and you've got to find where you deliver. You got to work out where your delivery point is, and all that took time. There was one in the centre of Manchester. Again, you had to find where the goods entrance was for the print works, and then once you get in there, you've got to figure out which passageway you're taking. You've got to put the goods on your trolley and wheel it down. So all of that took time, and if I did them again, I would know where to go, so that would save time. So I think that particular run I did yesterday, someone experienced would probably have knocked that off in at least an hour and a half before I did. So it wasn't bad, and the rate that I got, I wouldn't get it anywhere else. So my message definitely is find some other work away from the Courier Exchange and use the Courier Exchange as your back loads, as your additional loads. Yes, if you've got nothing else on for the day, then bid for work on the Courier Exchange, which you'll see people like Toby from Firkin Freight will do. If he's got nothing booked in that day because his customers are a bit more quiet, then he'll have a stab at getting some work on the Courier Exchange. But he's not had much success, because as he quite rightly says, he's not going to bid himself down to the bottom. It'd sooner not work. And when you hear stories, and this is a true story, an ADR job, long wheelbase, from Telford to, I think it was Edinburgh. I put a bid in on it, and the lowest bid for an ADR job, long wheelbase, someone bid 89 pence a mile. Now, what kind of buffoon bids that stupid? Well, this is for dangerous goods. Dangerous goods. You have to have an ADR license. You have to have all the kit. And the bidding for a long wheelbase at 89 pence. I wouldn't even drive a long wheelbase for non-hazardous for that. And that is what you're up against on the Courier Exchange. People putting stupidly low bids in, driving the prices down, and it's not worth it. So until things improve on the Courier Exchange, I consider myself lucky to have this gig that I've got at the moment. And as much as I miss doing the same day jobs where you're doing a long distance job to somewhere that's completely different, that's the part of the job I enjoy the most. I've still got to be realistic, and you've got to put pound notes in the bank, because I run a business and the business pays my wages. Now, I've not got a lot of money due in at the end of February, partly because I was poorly over the Christmas period and the New Year period, and took quite a bit of time off. But at the same time, when I came back to work, it's been a right struggle. You'll see in the previous videos, I've been scraping target. One week I didn't make target. It doesn't leave much money left over in the business after you've paid your wages and taken out your running costs. And then I put money aside for the maintenance on the van and things like that. It didn't leave much money left over in the business, and you have to have a cushion. I factor, some people do 45, I factor for 48 weeks of me working. I'm assuming I'll take at least 4 weeks off, but last year it would have been more because of illness. So you've got to bear all that in mind, and I think you definitely need to go out and find other sources of work. Go carding, go leaflet dropping, ring, transport companies, see if they need additional help, because you'll get a better rate per mile off them. And then when you get to where you're going, you can use the Courier Exchange to come back, because you don't mind coming back at a lower rate. So definitely the message from me and from many others, don't just rely on Courier Exchange. Courier Exchange is good from the perspective that if you have got absolutely no work at all of your own, you can come on the Courier Exchange and get some work, but you are getting the lowest price. because obviously the shippers and the freight forwarders have all taken a little nibble out of that price before it comes to you. So you're better off going direct to somebody, even direct to a freight forwarder, who will give you a decent rate. Anyway, that aside, this week for me has been an excellent week. I have had a really good paying week. Well over target. That means that it's catching up a bit from what I lost. The more money going to go back into the business, even after my wages have taken out, and helps to build that cushion. And fingers crossed and touch wood, these new customers of mine, they're not just mine by the way, but this new contact, they seem quite happy with me, and hopefully the relationship will continue. There probably won't be work every single day, and I'll still be looking to get other work. I've got other irons in the fire, but it has made a massive difference to the income for my little company. So bear that in mind, and everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. Those of you who are coming on to the Courier Exchange, remember what we say, don't just rely on it. It's important that you start straight away. I didn't. But I joined the Courier Exchange in a June, and it was quite busy, and I was making enough money, but then when I think back, I could have made more. And I've got the advantages that I do have an ADR license, and normally, although not at the moment, you can get a better rate on the Courier Exchange when you've got that, but at the moment there's some nutters out there bidding so low that the ADR work's not worth bidding for. So I've not bid for any at the latter end of this week at all, because I'm not bidding low, so I just won't bid at all. I'm not interested, and I'm getting work on this. So even if you do come on, I wish you all the best. I hope it works out for you. Remember to watch everybody's videos, not just mine, because they have all got different perspectives and different tips that you can use. But to me, this week's tip of the week, definitely find other sources of income for your transportation business, not just the CX. Yes, use the CX to get started, build contacts, but definitely look for other work. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for sticking with me. My subscribers are still increasing, which I'm really pleased about. And if you give the video a thumbs up, it'd be most appreciated, because it does help the videos get out further. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost any money, and it doesn't commit you to anything. You're not signing up for anything. It just helps the video go out further again, because the more subscribers you've got, the more further YouTube put the videos out. Thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll see you soon, I hope.